Now to South Africa, where the president has unveiled a coalition cabinet after his African National Congress lost its majority for the first time in 3 decades. Cyril Ramaphosa was forced to seek allies after the ANC took just 40% of the vote in May's elections. The ANC's biggest partner is now the pro-business Democratic Alliance, led by John Steenhuisen. The DA heads 6 ministries, including agriculture, a major part of South Africa's economy. Now, the party of Nelson Mandela had governed South Africa single-handedly since the end of apartheid rule in 1994. Here's what some South Africans have been saying about their new government.
Overall, I think diverse group of people, our first diverse group of cabinet members, which means for our future, hopefully, it means that we are more inclusive within our views and our opinions of society. Also diverse group of individuals in terms of age range. So hopefully in our near future we'll get to the envisioned age group of having young, enthusiastic individuals within parliament and ruling the country.
It's simple, it's different people with different philosophies all in cabinet. I'm not really confident about it, but then they say the people of South Africa have spoken. Is that what they say they wanted? That's my question. I don't really support it fully, but hey, what can we do? Because at this point I feel like we've spoken but we're not being listened to.
I wasn't surprised about many of them. I do, there's a few that amuses me, like John Steenhuisen in agriculture. I don't know what he knows about agriculture apart from that you buy chickens in supermarkets.
Let's get more on this from our correspondent, Privilege Musvanhiri in Johannesburg. Welcome, Privilege. I particularly like that quote we heard from the second person. The people of South Africa have spoken, but we're not being listened to. Tell us more about reactions to this coalition deal.
Mixed feelings are coming out of the reaction to this cabinet. I think most people are taking it as a product of a coalition, which is problematic sometimes because it is a product of negotiations. Many South Africans feel that it is a bloated cabinet, and there are worries that it is going to spend more funds and finances on political administration against service delivery. So there are mixed feelings when it comes to this cabinet. Some people would have thought that they're going to see a smaller cabinet, as has been promised by President Ramaphosa in the previous administration. But the President Ramaphosa himself admitted when he was presenting this cabinet that it was not possible because they wanted to accommodate other partners in the coalition.
And it does seem ironic that the ANC, the party that ended apartheid, now has to share power with a party seen as representing South Africa's white minority.
ANC found itself in a compromise. It is an issue of compromising, leaning towards the DA. One thing that could have happened is that DA, by becoming the second highest party in this election, ANC had to lean towards the DA because in terms of the negotiations, they were offering better conditions than other parties. ANC could have gone easily into a coalition with the Umkhonto Sizwe, former President Zuma's party, and the EFF Malema's party. They could have gone into a coalition, but what then happens is that the conditions that the other parties were offering were also difficult for the ANC to compromise. So DA could have been the better devil to lean towards and other parties. But of course, there are sentiments that are coming out. You see the EFF and even the MK party have lashed out at the ANC and issued out very strong statements to say that ANC is now going back to the white minority people that they think they he thought they dismantled during apartheid.
OK. Good talking to you. Privilege, thank you so much for joining us. DW correspondent Privilege Musmanhiri in Johannesburg.